Don't blink, it's your blank. Welcome to the Commentary Show. So we want to having a wonderful day. Here's a cup of juice, a toast. We had a big day today, but feeling very positive, feeling very constructive. And this is exactly, weirdly speaking, this is exactly the subject of the video. I know, crazy, right? So today we're talking about interest. One of my biggest problem as a content creator, one of my biggest problem, and also one of my biggest quality, is the number of interests that I had. For example, one of my first big posts was a movie reaction or a movie review of a movie called Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and people fucking love that. Another one was Day Shift with Jimmy Fox. People love that. So I was like, okay, well, guess what? I love movies, so people like movies. And then I thought about myself that I was pretty open minded to interest. But when I realized how little I had to talk about, when people say, hey, what do you like? Who is Ink? I say, well, I'm a guy that likes manga, video game, movies, and music. And then you hear other people saying, hey, I got this little farm. I'm super into this and this and this. I believe in spirituality. You see there's other people that are way more complex and way more, have a lot more interest than you, right? And then because of that, you kind of feel like you're not necessarily left behind, but you feel like, oh, could have done more. I could have done more. And then you start, and you almost force yourself to get some new interest, right? You almost force yourself, like, hey, for example, right? There's this new movie out, which is Superman. Now, I'll be completely freaking honest, and this is exactly where we're gonna go with this video. This doesn't feel like it makes sense. I'm so sorry, guys. I have to upload a little bit, because otherwise, I'm gonna be behind. And if I'm behind, it's not fun for me. It's not fun for you guys, because I'm gonna be stressed. Right? Can we agree on that? Cool. Thank you so much. So the movie Superman. Now, I'll be completely honest. I do not like Superman. Why I don't like Superman? It's actually pretty simple. Why I don't like Superman. So the reason I don't like Superman is because in every single movie he is in, and every single piece of DC content I saw, Superman is like, oh, he's a savior. Doesn't matter how good the hero are. Doesn't matter how good or strong the hero are. Superman is going to be the one to save the day. And to me, it kind of felt bad because I'm like, I want to care about more than one character. I like Batman. Batman, although he's super strong, is nowhere near Superman. Now, you could argue that with the kryptonite armor, with kryptonite weapons, he could beat Superman. You could argue, you could even make a couple movie about it called Batman versus Superman. I don't know what I'm saying, but you could do it. Or you can do a whole thing, which is Injustice. Yeah, Injustice would be a really good way to present that. So I wasn't going to watch Superman because of that, because I was kind of not boycotting the movie, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to force myself. Now, I'll be completely honest. I've watched a lot of clips, a lot of reviews, and I didn't choose the reviews. The short reviews, the short YouTube short, TikTok shorts. TikToks are always short, by the way. And I was like, holy shit, I want to watch it. And I was playing Fortnite today. And I always do the shop in Fortnite because I think it's cool to see what's up. I think it's cool to see what's available. You know, I think it's a good piece of content. And then today we were watching the shoes. I'm not a shoes guy. I've never been a shoes guy. And I will never be a shoes guy. I will never be that. But today, I watched it. And it was pretty nice. You know? Like, maybe I should give a fuck about shoes. But imagine giving a fuck about shoes because of Fortnite. I've never been a dancer, but I saw some emos, and I saw this series, which is Some 100. And the second opening, there's a really cool dance, and I want to learn. You know? And then you realize that you have more interest. You have a lot more interest. So when you have more interest, well, am I more open-minded? And I'll be completely honest, I do not know why I want to have more interest. It's because I perceive my own life as to be boring. Most likely, I think my life is boring. But at the same time, there's such a world out there. See, when you ask me what's your biggest regret, Inc., I don't have regrets. Like, hey, did you stay inside for too long? You could have met people. You could have a girlfriend, a nice job, and sure, I could have, but that wasn't the path of life. I think everything is written, right? However, one of my biggest regrets is spending so many years without having no interest, right? I spent one of my biggest quality, I think, is oh, you're too hot. My phone is too hot. I know, bro. I know. Don't stream, don't stream. So then, yeah, because we have a tournament today, so kind of important. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside for a couple seconds, get myself an ice pack to cool down the phone. We can film the blue skies. Oh, thank you, been for a while. Just been. I can watch a movie, and I think this is most likely due to ADHD. I think I can. You can watch a movie 4 or 5 times, 6, 7 times, 8, 9 times. How many times did I watch Queridos Hispanic? How many times have I watched Trailer Park Boys? And I still enjoy those show. And then you realize that it's not because you can do something that you should do it, you know? Which is a pretty basic knowledge, but hey, somehow I missed that day at class. So my biggest regrets in life is possibly that, not looking for more interests. I've always find things that I didn't care about boring. I never gave them a chance. Maybe I should have given a chance, you know? Cars, racing, and it's crazy because cars are the same thing. I'll go out in the streets on my bicycle, and I'll be like, "This is a nice car. This is a good-looking car." Am I a car guy? No. Do I know what that is? That I know that it's what is the model of the car? No. But I sit and still say, "Hey, it's a nice car," and because I can still say, "Hey, it's a nice car," I think there's somewhere in me that has this interest for cars, or at least arts. I don't know, but all of the new interests, and it's such an exciting chapter where you think that you're too old to care about new stuff. For example, with music, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A lot of the music that I'm listening to are old school music, and I'm like, I have enough music to last me a lifetime, and it's old school stuff. Again, is it because I have a whole lifetime supply of music that I should only listen to those music? I should try something else, maybe. I don't know. You know? So yeah. So here's some chapters of our life.